Team Taco, look, why are you fake ass patriots going up to the Starbucks and trying to get baristas fired? That's stupid right there. Ever since that dude got lead poisoning last week, y'all have gotten even dumber. And I never even thought it was possible. You probably didn't even think it was possible, but you have. You would think that it's y'all with the lead poisoning. Just lead coursing through your veins. You're getting so stupid. Going to the Starbucks and placing an order for some mint tea with 2 honeys and then telling them that you're that dude, and because they don't call out his full name, then you're acting like you're all butthurt and going up to the counter and raising hell and trying to get baristas fired over it because they won't say his name. Man, look, I know that y'all are used to saying his name. Donald F. and Trump makes you say his name all the time. You know, he says, say my name, and you say, Daddy Trump, Daddy Trump, Daddy Trump. And you even go further than that. You know, you wear his name all over your body. You get Trump stamps on you and stuff like that because you're submissive little bitches. Maybe those baristas up there at the Starbucks aren't submissive little bitches like you are. See, they know that you're not that dude, for one, because you can tell by the way that it is. That dude's taking a dirt nap. You're not right now, you know, and I don't even know why you'd want to be that dude. To go up there and pretend to be somebody who's not alive anymore, you know, up at the Starbucks is just to try to get some baristas fired. See, y'all are out there talking about civil warring it up with people. You ain't civil warring it up. You're going to the Starbucks and Karening it up right now. You're just being a bunch of damn Karens at the Starbucks because they won't say his name, you know. That's stupid is what that is. And all of that stuff you do, you talk about the left is all the time doing cancel culture, cancel. It's always y'all canceling on things. It's always y'all. It's just more of that projection stuff, you know. You're accusing people of what you're the ones doing all the time. Go back to 2023. Can you remember back that far? I bet you can't. Remember whenever you burn all your Carhartt stuff up, you know, that was stupid too. That's expensive gear right there just to be setting ablaze, you know, and you know why you did it? I know why you did it. It's because God forbid that Carhartt looked after their employees. They made an executive decision. They said, you know what we need to do? Get these people vaccinated up against this COVID thing that's going around here because turns out that alive employees work a lot harder than the dead ones do, you know, and that's what they were figuring on. It's like, well, we'll look at this as an insurance policy. We'll go ahead and get them all vaccinated up here. That way we have alive employees working for us instead of the dead ones. You know, that's the decision they was making. Y'all got all pissed off about it and burnt all your Carhartt stuff. You didn't even work for the Carhartts. You know, you didn't even work there, and you burnt all your Carhartt stuff because they made a decision to try to keep their employees alive. You know, y'all did that. Hey, and at the same year, then you turn around, boycotted on the Bud Lights. You did that too because of that Dylan Mulvaney thing. Hey, y'all are the ones that raised hell about the Dylan Mulvaney when most people didn't even know who Dylan Mulvaney was. Y'all are the ones that raised awareness and all that stuff and then accused the left of pushing transgenderness on you and your kids. That's what y'all did. And then you boycotted the Bud Light because you was afraid it's going to make your wieners fall off. You know, you did that. Hey, in that same year, it was the first time that y'all had boycotted the Cracker Barrels then too. Y'all boycotted them, remember, because Gay Pride Month, and they put rocking chairs on their porches that had little rainbows on them, you know, and you're like, I can't sit in no gay rocking chair. I'll get up, my butt will hurt, and I'll start walking funny for the rest of the day, so I'm boycotting some Cracker Barrels too. You did that. You know, you boycotted the NFL one time for a week. Remember that too, because some dude had the nerve to kneel during the national anthem. So you're all the time canceling on things, you know, and you believe in this free speech thing unless it applies to you. You know, I'm going to tell you how that got started too, because I'm not stupid. See, what happened was, way back then during the COVIDs is up on the face spaces there, the Facebooks. Well, a bunch of y'all idiots were going on the Facebooks and spreading misinformation about the COVIDs and stuff. And, the government had to step in there. The Joe Bidens and stuff had to step in there to the Facebooks and say, hey, these idiots over here are endangering people is what they're doing. They're endangering themselves and other people by spreading all this misinformation. We've got people that are showing up at the hospitals drinking on bleaches, you know, shoving blacklight tubes up their butt and drinking buckets of horse dewormer and stuff like that. For a bat disease, they're drinking on the horse dewormers. And we'd appreciate it if you might kind of, you know, filter some of that stuff out of there to protect on the people, protect on the very people that are drinking the horse dewormers and drinking the bleaches and shoving blacklight tubes up their butts. We want you to protect on them people. Y'all got all upset about it. You did. You lost your damn minds and said that right there is an attack on freedom of speech. Our First Amendment rights are under attack because that government is telling us we can't get on there and spread misinformation and lie to each other, give each other psychosis, and convince each other to drink horse dewormer. You know, you got all upset about it and everything. So that right there was your attack on free speech. But whenever Donald F. and Trump turns around to, you know, big media conglomerates and says, hey, you know what? There's a deal pending right now, a merger that y'all really need to do right now. And I know you're looking forward to that, but unless you fire this dude that said something bad about me, I'm going to make sure that don't happen. You're okay with that kind of censorship, going around and firing everybody who says something bad about that big orange bloated syphilis up Adderall riddled idiot. You're okay with that because, again, because you're a submissive bitch. See, not everybody caves to fascism. Oh, that's another thing there, Team Taco too. He deemed the Antifas he's deeming them as a terrorist organization. The Antifas are. Now, here's what I want you to do there, you fake ass patriots. I want you to go up on the interwebs, see if you can't find the Antifa.coms or the Antifa.orgs or the Antifa.nets. Find you a sign-up sheet on there or something that you can enroll to be an Antifa member. I want to see if you can do that for me. I've looked and I've looked. I can't seem to find one anyplace. And you know what? You know why that is? Is because Antifa isn't an organization. It's a frame of mind is what it is. It's what it's saying is like, you know, let me give you an example. It's anti-fascism. It means they don't like fascist. That's what it is. It's kind of like, I don't like Brussels sprouts, so therefore I'm anti-Brussels sprout. Okay, that's what Antifa is, anti-fascist. You know who the original Antifas are? Your grandparents and my grandparents, the ones that went over there and fought in World War II, killing Nazis. Those was the original Antifas right there. So every patriotic American in this country should be Antifa. Now, if you've got a bunch of effing people out there that are telling you that being Antifa is bad, that must mean that you're an effing fascist. That's what that means. So when Donald F. and Trump tells people that he's going to go after anti-fascist, he's telling you he's a fascist. Team Taco, you fake ass patriots, okay? Are you understanding anything at this point? I don't think you are. So anyway, Mr. and Mrs. out there cancel culture and stuff and bitching and whining because, you know, because the Facebooks got told to stop spreading misinformation, but you're allowed to cancel on anything you want to and then point your finger over at Democrats just like you do with everything else. Just like that dude getting lead poisoning last week. You blame it on Democrats and it's one of your own. One of your own did it. All right? So let's keep the facts straight from now on. Inmate Trump.